of Westbrook? Obviously he's got a pretty considerable history as a returner. I don't know if he's going to do anything for you this week or not, but what do you thought of Didi?
Didi's been doing a good job since he's been here, and he's got a history of returning punts in the league, and we'll see how that shakes out here over the next few weeks.
What was the key for Keyshawn?
I'm sorry, I cannot hear that.
What was the key for Keyshawn making something out of that punt return late in the game Thursday?
Yeah, well, I think we intended it to go back over to that side, but I think he felt those guys pushed that one flyer over to the left, pushed him across his face back over there, and then I just think he reacted to what he saw, and his athletic ability took over. And I think those guys did a good job adjusting, trying to get back on the outside shoulder. I know Rudy did a hell of a job over there against his guy, and then I saw Ty flip and, gave us a chance to put the ball in some good field position for our offense.
What challenges does Philly present, Rich? What are their special teams?
Be a little louder today.
What challenges does Philly's special teams present?
Yeah, well, fortunately or unfortunately, I've been playing against the Eagles for a long, long time, And when you go into their place, you have to be ready for a physical football game. They're well coached. They're a fast physical unit, and the culture of the Philadelphia Eagles is to play fast and to play physical and to be in your face all the time. And so it'll be a good challenge for us. Going into their place, playing at night, their fans, their atmosphere, what it's like in there, it should energize you to be able to play in that atmosphere on a Sunday night. So I think we're excited about it, and we'll see how we handle the challenge, see how we respond.
Their returner hasn't done much this year, but he was a big-time guy in college. Do you go back and watch any of that college tape, or you just focus on what he's done in Philly?
Yeah, we remember him coming out. We liked him coming out. So we don't ever go into a game thinking someone hasn't done much, or we go into a game with total respect of what they're doing. And he's got great speed. He can make people miss. He makes good decisions. And again, they're a really good rush unit as well up front in the punt return game. So they've done a lot of good things. And we'll see how we respond to the challenge of how they play and how they play in that atmosphere. But we always go into a game respecting our opponent.
Hey, Rich, are great returners born, developed, or created by a good blocking scheme more often than not?
But philosophical questions today. I'd like to think all of the above, but there's only one Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? There's only one Billy White Shoes Johnson. So some of these guys have an innate ability to go back there and change the game, make a difference. What Devin Hester did, and obviously what did Cordarrelle just do, right? Set the record. And I remember those guys. I remember Devin coming out of high school. I remember him coming out of high school, and so I think some of those guys have these rare gifts to go back there and change the game. I was at South Carolina playing against Deion when he was at Florida State. I was coaching South Carolina, and I think he did everything that particular weekend in '88, but. I think he won the 100 in the track meet that weekend. I think he hit 2 home runs, and I think he hit punt return and kick return for a touchdown. So when you get a chance to get around some of those rare guys like that, I think it's what they do. Now I think you can get some others that have an ability to make people miss in space, have a sixth sense about where other people are around them. Hunter Renfrow never returned a punt in college at Clemson, but yet he's been a good punt returner in pro football. We had Spurlock and bunch of stops that I've been at, and he never returned in college, and he's got 5 touchdowns in the National Football League. So I think to answer your question, long-winded, it's all of the above, but there are those rare men that go back there and really can change the game.
It's usually my questions that are long-winded, not the answers. The reason I ask it, though, Vikings got a touchdown kickoff return yesterday. You saw the Patriots beat the Jets with a punt return. If you don't have a Deion Sanders or a Devin Hester, how do you create something that gives you a big boost? And what's that process been like for you?
Yeah, well, I think it goes to the other two. A little bit. You're certainly looking for the blatantly blocked in a way in which you can be productive on the back end, whether it's kick return and punt return, which are 2 totally different things. Totally different things. There's so much more space on a punt return. There's so many more one-on-one battles. There's a lot of double teams in the kick return game now, a lot of times leaving a backside guy free. So I'd like to think you can help develop talented guys that want to make a difference back there. But I also think there is that's some quality where you have enough vision to make someone miss. You have enough vision to make the play right when it's not blocked correctly. And if you look at the Minnesota game, I mean, the guy ended up getting the boundary. It was never intended to go out there, you know, so I think he made a good play on that. So I think, again, unless you're a rare player or a rare person, I think the other two answers would be you hope to try to develop guys that have some talent, and you'd like to get guys in the right position to block the play the way you draw it on the board.
If you have one of those returners who is big time, does that make everybody else better? Like, do guys tend to block longer or better with the belief that whoever's back there can make something special happen?
Well, I think all great players make other players around them better. You know, I think most people look at the quarterback position first. When you have a great quarterback, it makes everybody else around you better. It makes everyone else around you a little bit more accountable to their job. So when you get a guy back there that the blockers feel like can go score, I think they're all trying to get on the punt return team to help you score, get the points in the game. And I think they're all trying to do their job a little bit better because it's getting magnified by the guy behind him that's really good. So, and I think you saw that. I think Keyshawn had a good return. I thought those guys did a really good job blocking for him.
Can Justin Hollins, I'm sorry, Mike.
Go ahead.
Can Justin Hollins help you in any way right away in terms of your?
We'll see if he's up, but yeah, we worked him in since he's gotten here, and he's played teams before, you know, both teams that he was on, and we put him in some of the similar positions in practice here the last 2 days, and if he's up, we'll certainly hope that he can help us.
Just curious, Rich, if you had a vote, would you put Devin Hester in the Hall of Fame?
There's no doubt in my mind, yeah, if I had a vote, but I don't. But playing against him, he's a special player. You know, I think Coach Dungy even talked about the biggest mistake he made in the Super Bowl was kicking it to him, you know, to start the Super Bowl game. So.